We missed some recordings recently between SDCC and one of the local conventions here in Montreal. We've been super busy. It was one of my video game conventions, High Score Con. So we managed to not do any recordings between yesterday and today, but we are back. And a lot of news here, so we'll jump right into it. We'll do some old SDCC news later, but first we'll talk about some of the new stuff that's been popping up. There was a Hasbro stage poster giveaway for the Studio Series that was given out at San Diego Comic-Con at their booth. And what was interesting on this poster was it gives a lineup from, because essentially the Studio Series stuff is all numbered, which is usually a very Japanese kind of thing. So I'm actually surprised that Hasbro's going about some kind of a numbering system with their Transformers. It shows Studio Series numbers 1 to 25 essentially up to this point.
Well, I'm assuming that they number it just because they sell it in Japan too, and it just makes it that much easier to have like that international packaging kind of thing.
I think also, you're probably right, because now that we're just not bothering with new packaging or anything, they're just trying to go for something very uniform. But what's interesting about this is within that listing, there's a lot of stuff that we already know, but there is a little piece of information that was obviously absent from all of this information that we've been told. So, I mean, right now, in terms of Studio Series, we've only seen in person really up to about, I would have to say, the Starscreams and the Thundercrackers. So we're pretty much, from what I've seen, we're up to about SS-12, 13 in terms of releases. Like the Jazz and the Lockdowns have started to show up, and the Brawls. But it seems that SS-15, which isn't out yet, which is the Bumblebee that turns into the Camaro, and it's exactly the same as the SS-1 that turns into the Camaro. There's no difference whatsoever. Supposedly it's the exact same mold. But we learned something new about it this time. And this might also be possibly a spoiler for the upcoming Bumblebee movie. But so we have the SS Camaro SS-15 Bumblebee, and it comes with a figure of Charlie from the Bumblebee movie. And this figure is very reminiscent to that of the Media 2-pack that came out during Transformers Prime, which came with the 3 human characters, the kids. So it's very similar to that, just a static kind of figurine with Charlie, which I can't make out what's on her shirt, but it's probably something very 80s.
Yeah, it could be a bee.
Oh, yeah, it's true. It's probably the Bumblebee. Yeah,
it could be a
it's
bee.
Probably the Bumblebee logo.
And I'm kind of surprised because this character is super new. And we're out the gate, we're getting a figure of her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this movie's not out yet. This particular iteration of the toy isn't out yet. And she's getting a figurine out the gate. You know, it's not like Chip.
I think Hasbro
it's not
really
like the 3 kids from Prime, where it took some time. You know, it took like maybe a season or two, and in the second season we finally got. But I'm surprised. That's pretty interesting.
I think this is just Hasbro really making a hard push for this new / and I use quotes here, reboot. I think just because it's not a Michael Bay movie, it's a different director. They're doing that December release. There was a lot of social media stuff they were doing. It was like I think it was called like Get on the Buzz or something like that. They were doing like a big hashtag thing. A lot of merchandising and marketing. I think especially you just look at this Studio Series like lineup. And just count how many of these are Bumblebee releases. You know what I mean? Like there's, let's see, 1, you got 2, 3,
gotta
4.
Milk it.
Yeah. 5, 6, so 6 of the 25 are Bumblebee releases. So I think that it's a heavy push for that. And again, the whole thing of it being a spoiler is that there's a possibility, I guess, at the end of this movie, Bumblebee, scans that old Camaro that he'd be later known for in the 2007 Michael Bay movie. Could be, or it could be they're just like, you know what we got? Because, I mean, logically, if you're going to stick, that little figurine with someone, you're going to stick it with that Volkswagen Bumblebee, which is, going to be later on in the releases here, specifically if you look at...
20. I think it's 20 and 24.
Yeah. Well, because you have...
Because 20 is the gold bug, and then if you look further down at 24, it's the regular yellow Bumblebee.
Well, more so SS-18, I think, is the singular release. The 19 and 20 are the those exclusive ones there that comes with the Dino cassettes.
Okay.
And then 24, I don't know. I guess that's the one with the battle mask.
I guess. Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah,
That's
so
what it's looking like.
And then 25 is the Chevy Camaro, the new one. So,
2018.
I mean, yeah, so it's just again, it could be a spoiler, it could not be. I mean, it's cool that honestly, the fact that it comes with a human figure actually makes me interested in getting
really?
getting a studio series, because I like human figures. It's so rare, and like it used to be back in the day when female Transformer toys got toys. I'd go out of my way to get those because it was such a rarity.
Right
now it's like whenever there's like human figures that are included, like when they did Quintessa from The Last Night, she had a little clear figurine and stuff. I went out of my way to pick that up in the little box set, because it's like, oh hey, a little non-transforming figurine of a character that isn't a transformer per se in this. So it interests me, but I mean, the funny thing is, if anyone's following my Twitter recently, I found Studio Series Ratchet on mega clearance at Toys R Us for $7.50
already.
Yeah,
that when did that come out? That just came out. No,
that just came out. For some weird reason, my local Toys R Us, that whole first wave, which is Bumblebee, Stinger, Crowbar, and Ratchet, all those deluxes, for some weird reason, they were liquidating them at $7.50. And I don't know why $7.50, but the funny thing is that I was looking at them because they have like this big red sticker on them, which Toys R Us does sometimes when they want to liquidate something, some specific stock, but it's not in the computers. Like the UPC code itself is not included.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stickers that were put on top of another red sticker, so it was probably even.
Oh, wow.
It was probably, maybe it went from 19 to like 15 to 10, and then I just saw it at $7.50, and I was like, you know what? Why not? And I'll tell you this right now, even at $7.50, it wasn't worth it. What a piece of crap! What a piece of crap that Ratchet is. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, why would you want it?
Those Studio Series stuff, like that Ratchet SS-04, wow, really underwhelming. That is a deluxe quote light. Like it was a very light, thinned out. Like has one accessory that's just like a spinning blade thing on his arm.
Right.
I don't want to do like a toy review here, but it's just like so. I mean,
I would
I know what I'm
assume...
getting into with a lot of Studio Series stuff. I've heard different reviews here and there. Some are better than others, but I mean, now we have this Charlie coming with the Bumblebee. I hope it's a deluxe price point. I hope maybe I could get a Hasbro coupon to use on it or something, and just get this cheap so I could just get that Charlie figure, and that'll be that.
I would hope that the what was that line of deluxes where they were scanning? They were in the midst of scanning.
Oh yeah, that was in Dark of the Moon. They had
what do they call them again?
Yeah, I forget what they were called.
It was something scan. It was like and they're like in between. Like I guess they're see-through. They were see-through toys, right?
Like
and
they were clearly they were molded and translucent, then painted over.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Scanning.
Like that would have been probably cooler to put in as a Studio Series for Ratchet or something. That's what I would have thought.
I was
paint.
Very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. But again, and I paid $7.50 Canadian. And it was me going like, meh, thank God I only paid $7.50 Canadian. But I mean, again,
maybe there was like complaints. They're like, how come I'm paying $30 for this? This is ridiculous.
I think.
And then,
again, I haven't checked my other Toys R Us's, but this local one here with us, it's just there's a lot of them, and they're trying to unload them.
I haven't been to one in a while.
I wonder if this is maybe just a sign of how now, because the Canadian Toys R Us's are kind of more independent, and how they're just going like, look, we don't need this crap. Let's roll it out. More crap coming. We got a Bumblebee movie in a couple months. Who knows? Not to mention Cyberverse just started showing up. So just started showing up. I just saw the deluxes and everything. Saw them in person. Saw the price on them right now. Deluxe $19.99 plus tax comes to about $24 Canadian. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Yeah. And already some people locally have picked them up and gave me their reviews of them, and they're like, yeah, glorified McDonald's toys. And I was
no.
Yeah, so I was like, yep, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait.
It ain't so.
I picked up RID 2.0 Starscream at TFCon for I think $4, the deluxe one. And I was like, thank God I paid $4. Someone out there paid $19.99 for that thing, so Canadian. American is another story, $14.99, I guess. But either way, that's the Charlie Bumblebee. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully cheaper, but it's an interesting revelation that we've made here.